Alrighty, folks. Hello, hello, hello. We are getting ready for some Starfinder.
Hello, hello, hello.
So,
We are getting ready for some
everybody say hello to
Starfinder.
Roberta.
Hello, hello, hello.
Roberta, why don't you tell us something about
So,
Zerael
getting ready
that
for
we
some
wouldn't already know?
hello to
Something like,
Roberta.
does she lick the insides of the Oreos
Roberta, why
first?
don't you tell us something about Zerael
Or
that we
is
wouldn't
she
already know?
afraid of
Something like,
sleeping in the dark?
does she lick the insides of the Oreos
Roberta, why
first?
don't you tell us something about Zerael
Or
that we
is
oh, it would
she
help if I talked to my
afraid of
players.
sleeping in the dark? Does
Um,
she lick the insides of the
so,
Oreos first?
Roberta, tell us something about Zerael
Oh, it would help
that
if
we
I
wouldn't
talked to
already
my
know, like
players in the dark.
she licks the inside of the Oreos
So,
first, or
Roberta,
doesn't
tell us something about
sleeps
Zerael
with a little
that we
stuffed
wouldn't already
animal
know,
or
like
something we don't know.
she licks the inside of the Oreos first,
Or
or
Uh,
doesn't. Tell us
oh,
first.
craziness. Can you come back to me? Give me a
Oh,
minute. Craziness. Can you come back to me?
all right, so it looks like we are live and we have sound, so we are doing better than some weeks already. So that's
Look at that.
cool.
Look at that.
All right, so um, Reno, go ahead and tell us about
Yes.
Nosy, something we don't already know.
I don't know. She likes learnings. The learnings. Reads a lot of books. Does a lot of studying. But in secret, she practices her pistol and her bone blade. She had augmented, unbeknownst to everybody until I came here. So they were kind of Wolverine surprised when they saw that.
Very nice. All right,
She
and
speaks a lot of languages. They probably wouldn't know that. A lot of languages. What's languages under again? Notes. Yeah. She speaks 8 languages. Why? Because she does the book learning. She learns stuff.
very cool. Yep. So in Starfinder, those of you who may not know, languages, you start off with your race, then you gain your planet, your home planet. Then for every so then you get for each bonus you have in your intelligence, you gain another language, and then for every rank in culture, you get another language. So there are 4 different pools that you can pull from for learning languages, and some of them can get pretty high, especially if they're culturally type people. So Logan, we have Chris. Are we locking in on that name?
I guess it sounds fine to me, but it's probably dumb.
Hey,
I don't know.
everybody has nicknames, so we can pick something out for you later on if necessary.
All right. And so tell us about Chris Tall. Something. Well, we don't know a whole lot about Chris Tall
What?
because we just found him
It's
yesterday.
just Chris. There's no last name.
Okay. So just Chris. Tell us something personal about Chris that I said we just picked him up last week, so we don't know a whole lot about him anyway. But what is something that we something personal about him?
Jeez. Okay. He-
Does he wear Spider-Man underoos or does he
uh,
collect stamps?
I mean, he definitely also reads a lot of stuff, like knows. Man, I am
True,
not good at this.
true. He is also, as he gets up there, he will learn more about it. So he's playing one of the new classes from the character operations manual, the
Ooh,
biohacker.
biohacker.
All right, so good. Getting back
Okay.
to Nosi, I mean to Zerael.
So Zerael can fly, and
That was rather
What?
surprising when that came up, so to speak.
yep, Zerael can fly, and I am a paranormal investigator. And although most people know me to be fairly laid back, mild mannered. Zarel has and can sometimes have a wicked sense of humor, like a very dark sense of humor.
Stop her.
So.
All right, and so that just leaves us with Serena. Tell us something about Serena.
Stop her. Serena, she likes to. She's kind of like a jack of all trades. Besides
All right,
being
so that just leaves.
training and operative type of training, stealth and fighting and all that kind of stuff. She likes to wherever she goes,
Right.
she travels and whatnot. She likes to experiment with things. She's not afraid of trying new things out. She'll go into an antique shop and spend some time there, or she'll go into somebody's high level electric place and just fiddle with stuff. She likes that kind of thing. She's very curious.
Very
She
cool.
also plays the Blade games. She loves that. She follows that to a certain degree.
Ah, yes. The Epsilon
Buzz
Buzzblades.
Blades. There we go.
They play a version of sort of like a football type thing, but
Like,
She obviously doesn't care about the team. She likes watching it.
no,
She'll root for whatever
right.
team is winning.
Didn't like all the Buzzblades die?
Well, they're going to have to replace most of their team. I hope they found some new team members.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's a sort of a mix between the Harry Potter game and rugby and football. Basically, you have two teams and they're trying to get this little round metal object into the other team's goal, and you have different positions on the team and stuff, and can get pretty crazy with all the different classes and stuff. Embarking magic is involved and lots of physical pushing and blocking and tackling and stuff. Very popular throughout the Pact Worlds. All right, so when last we left, our party was wandering up the steps they just found on the 9th floor. And let me open this up.
I thought we were on the 16th floor.
Right, you had found the steps on the 9th floor because you guys have been using the elevator until then.
Oh, okay, got it.
Couldn't go up the elevator anymore, so you searched around, found the steps. Now the steps are open, whereas on lower than that they weren't. So you guys took the steps up to the 16th floor, and that's where you guys left off.
You still have Steve with us, right? Stevie's with us still?
Yes, he squeezed down the hallway and was able to get to the stairs so he could go up with us.
So now he's good to go. Can casually.
So I have Steve here. He was pretty much meant to be with Fievel. So that's what I was thinking. Long term.
Yeah, but Zero kind of adopted him though, as her pet, as her pet type of thing.
Right. So what I was thinking long term is you could take him back to the ship, or even send him back to the ship with Dorson, and he could then be pretty much as an NPC. So during ship 1, he would maintain the ship whenever you guys weren't there, protect it against intruders. Also, he could be sort of like an engineer, do a little minor repairs and things to the ship while you guys as needed. And then during starship combat, you would have an extra pair of hands to do
I think that's a good idea.
Like a gunner position or a engineer or something like that. Depending on you guys would need to talk about it and decide how you want his programming to be, and then he would be able to he would be trained in one of the things. So I wouldn't say captain or first mate or
he isn't higher functioning either. He's just kind of a
right. So he would be either
kind of like bodyguard level,
gunner,
assuming that you didn't go to
science
college.
officer, or engineer would be the three parts that he could play during Starship combat. So
Okay.
anyway, that was my thought with him. If you guys
If
it's
we're
really up to you
forcing
guys
you
what you want to do.
to play the game with him in it, because that's the real reason, right? He's
Well,
low maintenance if he's in the ship.
It's really up to you if you guys want to, because that it adds another person to the combat tracker. It adds another thing that I'm playing because you guys aren't running him. So it's just another person that I'm running. So I try to steer away from playing people as part of the group just because I already play everybody else and everything else that you guys run across. So there are some DMs and GMs who like that, and so they'll have their own. They'll be part of the group too, and have their own NPC and everything. I am the other extreme. Um, so it's really up to you guys. If you want him to stick around, right now as you guys are exploring, sure, he's here. I've got him ready to go. We can keep doing what you're doing, or he can go back to the ship with Dorson, and just wait for you guys there. It's really up to you. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm fine with you. I mean, he was helpful in a couple of battles that we did have before he got stuck in the hallway. Um,
Right.
but I think maybe you're right. It is good having the extra hand in the ship in the long term. I think because even if one of our characters is way late or whatever, and having nowadays with the ship combat being so much more robust, I think it's nice having playing another one of the possible roles in officer selection. So that's that. Those are my thoughts.
All right. And you can do both. He can stay with you, and as long as he doesn't get killed exploring the skyscraper, then when you get back to the ship, he can just stay there. So it's not an either or. You can be both if you want. So Zarael, what do
Okay,
you think?
so
Do you want him hanging around or not? I mean, you guys haven't really
I
needed hit the extra hands as
right.
far as
I think I'd rather have him go back to the ship with Dorson, and be like a guard to that, and just be there to protect our way out of here.
I mean, we have a really really nice ship, so people might be tempted to tinker with it, and we might lose pieces of it if they don't see somebody
Sure.
turn on the bathroom light on
Hijack
every
it.
once in a while.
Yeah, some Planet teenager's gonna take it for a joyride.
Well, we got a lot of defenses against that. I'm just saying, I'd rather not have scavengers coming over and thinking that there's nobody home. Set them little light timers so that the living room comes on for a moment and goes off. Randomly
okay,
around the ship.
cool. All right, so that's what we will do, and so all right, and Roberta, I'm going to share this with you. If you would just give a little bit of did you get a pop-up?
Yeah, I got a pop up.
All right, so if you start at just say like at 07 we headed out. Um,
Okay.
so this is what you guys did have done today after you went back to your ship, took a long rest.
All right, so at 0700 we headed out at 0740, entered the skyscraper on the lower floor, fought and reprogrammed cybernetic golems. That's where we picked up Steve. At 0800, second floor, found some UPBs and a ring. 0915, the fifth floor, found an Evercharge battery and fought more security golems. 1015 on the eighth floor, fought a snake-like Aracor, a thing that was snake-like. At
Isn't that the
11:20,
ballerina thing? That's the rope thing. Stick and
Maybe.
rope thing. Is that? Yeah, that's what that was, wasn't it? The ribbon. That
I
wasn't the
think
ribbon
so.
thing.
No, there were
And then
snakes, large snakes crawling through the
Oh,
wall
okay. That's like we
that were biting
found
you guys.
treasure. Okay, got it.
at 11:20 on the ninth floor, the elevator shaft becomes impassable, but we find the stairs and a skyfire sword. We fought a ghost and found a shimmering friend, and we killed a crystal creature. Man, that creature was a bear to kill.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
You
And
gotta
now
put
at
a
12:55,
picture of that laser sword at some point.
at 12:55 we are on the 16th floor. How many floors are in this building?
You don't want to know.
So it's an 80-story building, but you have not. Oh, hold on, that's the actual stats. Give me.
Yeah, look at that thing, man. That thing is awesome. I realized that they had something similar in the Last Jedi movie. The guards in the back of the evil dude's landing there he was on. I hadn't noticed them
Right.
before. That they have almost something similar to that, not quite the same, but it was really cool. You know, the front edge of it was all laser, but it was actually a sword.
Yeah, and so these vents for burning gas jets line one edge of the hollow blade, and when it's powered, magnetic fields contain and ignite the gases into a glowing corona of flames.
All right, you guys. So the reason I asked about the number of floors, you guys, is that I feel like we're falling behind the bad guys. I feel like we're falling behind the bad guys to take this side little trip up this building,
Hey,
and
Dan.
I
Right.
feel like we should probably go a couple more floors
How's it going,
and
sir?
then just get the
Hope you've
hell
enjoyed
out
your
of
weekend.
Dodge and head for the Broken Lands.
Okay. Here's a calendar. Is all calendar. The calendar has all the stuff we're on. Right. We've been doing. I mean, how long have we actually been in the building? You know what I'm saying? Like,
We've been in the building for 5 hours.
really? That's
Almost 6.
it's not
Almost
not
6
that bad.
hours.
It feels like it's been weeks, but it hasn't.
Right, and that's one of the reasons I gave this I had her read that for you guys for two reasons. One, to let you give you an idea of the time involved, and two, you're not physically able to go in every floor. There are several floors, like between the 9th and the 16th. There were a couple floors you were able to go into, but they were empty. There was nothing of interest there, so you just moved on. So yes, there are 80 floors, but that doesn't mean you're going to have 80 floors worth of stuff. On the other hand,
Right.
time is passing. Every second you spend here is every second there. The cultists are getting farther and farther away. So whatever you want to do.
Okay. We want to do. Let's do two. We haven't done this floor. Or we have done this floor.
You have not done this floor. You guys had come out of the stairway. Let me turn on the line of sight. And you had realized that you're standing with your base cultures and stuff.
Right.
You guys realize that you're standing on a running track.
The gym.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we aren't able to see over the wall around the edge of the track going towards the inner side. You can jump up and take a look. There's no
No, the walls are if you touch the wall a little bit, you feel it's a little squishy, so it's slightly it has some sort of
squishy.
it's sort of like a whatever that is, padding.
Neoprene.
A little bit of
Right.
padding to it, because if you're running and you trip and fall and you slam against the wall, it doesn't hurt quite as much. But as far as that, it's full wall, it goes, it's floor to ceiling.
Okay. Well, want to do 2 more floors, and we'll head on. We got some really nice stuff on the last one, but maybe we can cover this one pretty quickly. See what's going on, and then maybe try one more.
That's my vote.
The thing is that here's the thing. There's a thing. The locals were saying that there's some big creatures that are nesting up in the higher levels. We are not in the higher levels at all.
Right.
So the question is, do we want to try to go through that, and maybe they are like dragons and they collect stuff and we get riches beyond our imagination, or just continue and just do a couple more floors and then move on. So we can also just do do two floors, and one of them is 65. Just walk up a bunch of stairs forever.
Right.
But I know what the answer is going to be to that one, because unless we get a jetpack to head on the outside of the building, it's probably going to be a nay. But that's my thought.
So, real quick, we have Dan Dazzle in the chat. Dan is a streamer. He streams in the afternoons, typically morning, afternoon. Lots of different games, from a game called Jump King to this LA Noir, where you're not a 1940s detective in Los Angeles and stuff. There's some
Right.
Ooh, that's cool.
really unique stuff, really cool stuff. And anyway, so he's hanging out with us. So those
Thanks,
of you
man.
who are watching, check out Dan. It's Dan_Dazzle. Follow him, like him on Twitch.
We lose volume on Sven there.
All right, so you guys hear us. So while you guys are figuring out what to do, you should have. There you go. Tokens are unlocked, so go ahead and move around. 10, 15 feet at a shot, and then I'll tell you if you need to stop. I'm gonna grab Serena for a second, because for some reason her token's being weird, so I'm gonna take her away from you, and you'll have to grab her back in just a minute.
Okay.
He's taking you away.
Uh-oh.
Which way are we going?
She's just kind of glancing down this hallway, see how far it
And
goes.
I'm glancing down this one.
Just want to take a quick look, see what's down there. It looks like it goes all the way down, which would
Looks like a
confirm
full-sized inside track.
our idea of that this stuff could be. Come on, man. What's the problem? That it's probably racetrack oriented. I mean, what? I'll come back here.
Running track?
That it's probably fitness oriented. My thing is just freaking out here. I don't know what happened. Yeah, we have to load my map again. Oh, wait a minute. I can load it, I think. If I load my map.
Double click on your right token.
Double click. I think it could be my computer, though.
Like I said, Serena, I grabbed Serena, so it's probably messing things up for you right this second. Work with Nosy.
It's definitely. All right, Nosy. Got it. Nosy. There we go. Nosy's back. All right, good.
So it's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, as you look down the halls, you see it goes all the way down, similar, and then a couple 100 feet later, looks like it curves back around in a big long oval, and there are doors on both sides, depending on where you are, on the interior of the track, if you will,
right.
spaced along the way.
Okay. So it could be like Pilates room or weightlifting room or something. Zen room, spa. All right, we shouldn't check this out. You want to just continue on somewhere more interesting? But we never know. You never know.
I still want to check it out, because it could be like a trainer's office or. Right.
All right, we'll meet up together then. Nosy has telepathically said everything she needs to say. So we will continue on down. Where's my character? Have my character there already?
All right,
let's try this again. There we go. Double click. I double clicked. Nothing happened. All right. So
So
waiting
just
on
work with
Serena.
Nosy for a moment until I'm
Okay.
almost done.
All right. Let's see. Come on. All right. So over here, like that. All right. See a couple doors down on the left here.
Huh?
Fancy.
So stream, I had.
That works.
There she is. Okay.
Alrighty.
Just fixing the pictures up here. She was blank. Show
One more
me is something
space.
I use for me, so you guys can
The
see the
door's in
picture.
between two spaces, it looks like, or is it a double door?
Hey, Atomic, how you doing? How
Right,
you
so the
doing?
door's closed.
And we've got Atomic Hero Squad in the chat as well. He's a morning guy.
Hey,
He's starts at 8:30 in the morning Eastern
hold
time,
it.
so it's
Keep.
5:30 here.
That's my bedtime.
That's right. You
That's
would
what I'm
like him a
getting on
lot,
for
Ron.
work.
So
What?
Reno would like him because he starts off every morning with this game called Asphalt something. I forget what it is, but it's a racing game.
Asphalt 9 or
Um,
something.
Oh,
so you would like him, and then he does several other things, Paladin, Smite, um, and Gems of War. It's another one. He uses Twitch. I mean, the Switch for a lot of his games as well.
Right.
So again, it's Atomic _ Hero Squad, all one word. So check him out. Look at him on Twitch. And they're all saying hi and enjoying the game tonight. It's going pretty. They said it's going pretty smooth.
hey,
Talking about
that's
electronically.
really
Ben's finally got his stuff together. Finally, you don't see us talking with no voice coming out, right?
He's talking to the stream when he's not talking to us.
Correct, because I have push to talk on Discord. If I don't push to talk, I can still be heard, which is took me a while to get used to because belching and coughing and swearing. I'm like, oh, gee, the stream can still hear me. So
We got like the little flag on your shoulder. They go, okay, I'm not talking to you guys, but I'm still here. That way we know. So
okay,
all of a sudden we see your mouth moving and like, is he saying something? We don't know.
He's trash talking behind our backs. That's what
I
he's
know.
doing.
I know. That's what he is. It's got to be what it is.
all right. So go ahead and open Serena. Oh, give me just a minute for the computer to catch up. Yeah.
Let me know when. So go to
All right,
characters.
there you go. Go to characters, and you should see her, and you can grab her again.
Characters. Yep. Yep. Okay. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Maybe. Oh. I can't tell if it's my computer or your computer, but I'm going to say it's your computer. Come on. There we go. All right. We're good to go. And she has her nice dice. Yes, she does.
All right, so you guys work your way
Okay,
down
so
to the door, and the door is
closed.
right now. It's closed. Correct.
It's also in between squares too,
Which is
I think
weird,
is
yeah.
that's just weird. Yes. Okay, so no, she's there. She is. She's gonna
Zoom in
have,
a
she's
little
gonna
bit,
have
guys.
her just have her pistol out, kind of hanging casually as she opens up the doors in case something's going on. And opening the door. Oh, looks like we got little cars in there. All right, so what is she seeing here? Oh, that's nice.
I think those are like
Workout
weight.
station. Yep,
Yeah.
weights and workout stations. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's the one gas pump there on the left. You have to blur you have to squint your eyes to see that one.
All right, so as you guys come in,
Nice.
you see there are different weight stations. So the entire right side is reflective material, some sort of mirror-like thing. The left side, the flat portion of it is also reflective. And there are various white sets and some machines scattered throughout the room.
Sweet.
And within the room, you also see two things. So let me grab these 1 second.
You know, he's getting desperate for names. I have to call things things.
So you
Thing
see this
one.
little robot. It's ting, 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 working around. And you guys recognize it as a cleaning robot.
Nice.
I need one of these for the house.
Yeah. Replace the iRobot about 5 centuries ago.
What didn't it share?
It also pinches the kids into working. There you go.
What the heck?
And this other
That's a dancing doll.
this other robot turns to you, kink, kink, and
It's the one that does the floss, isn't it?
he says something in in Kish.
Ooh,
And you guys recognize this as some sort of like a personal trainer.
Kish. Kish. Yep. No, she knows Kish. She can hear that and pass on to anyone that does not understand.
Oh,
I
I
didn't see it
understand.
pop up in chat.
Oh, it hasn't. We just assume that he's doing something over there.
Yes, I can never. It's the joys of being dungeon game master. You never know what you guys are gonna do, where you're gonna go first.
That robot looks a little too chipper for me.
I'm telling you, it's the flossing ones in commercials. It's the Energizer one going with the arms.
And the little cleaning robot starts moves over. Here they are. So they're both off to the left, and the little cleaning robot sort of lets out this little whistle, and starts moving over as Zerael and Nosi start entering the room, and frantically trying to. It's rubbing and straightening out the impressions that you're leaving on the mat, and it's whirring and making these little click, 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 and lashes out at Zerael.
For real right now. I think that cleaning robot is a little bit OCD. I just kind of gently give it a little kick, like to move it out of the way.
Shoo. Shoo, fly, shoo.
So it's a little zap of electricity. It shoots out at you, but it misses, and you're able to hop to the side a little bit.
Wait, it's attacking us? Or is it just because she kicked it?
No, it's attacking us.
It came over and tried to zap me because I'm putting like divots or indents or something in its floor because it's a cleaning robot. He's a little OCD.
I think so, yeah.
I took a little kick at him.
All right, so go ahead and on your main page, go ahead and click the it says right in the center, it says melee, range, thrown. Double click the melee.
Everybody?
No, it's just her. She.
Okay.
All right. So with your 1 on the dice,
It's about like him trying to electrocute me.
Hey, it's a 9.
I should make you roll on the fumble table, but you just went to go kick it. But you don't. Instead, you just sort of it easily moves out of your way as you go. You get zapped from the electricity, and it stings a bit. But so
Yeah, I'm just
Serena,
like, hey.
Yes.
so Nosi and Zorel, are you guys going to engage this thing, or are you going to leave, or what would you like to do?
I say, well, no, she's going to step out, assuming that we don't see anything else that's of interest in here. Just turn around real quick and head out again. Just like that.
All right, and so Serena, what would you like to do?
She like, hey, what's going on in there? She sees Sorrel doing a little dance.
All right, and so you
She's
see
she's
the robot and
she's
things.
being aware of what's going on behind them and in front of them, just kind of casually keeping an eye on things while they play in the little room here.
All right, and because I forgot, Chris, were you going to bring up to anybody the details of as you're checking your equipment and stuff as you guys were walking up the stairs and things? The details of your medical thing, and did you want to attune anyone to it?
Oh, I guess Serena would be a good target. If I can only attune one person, it would be Serena probably, because you know.
It sounds good, whatever it is.
It basically,
So you use
with
push
my
to mute, huh?
little
I didn't even know that was a
custom
thing.
lab
Interesting.
thing, I normally would have to make a ranged attack on you to like hit it, but if I attune it, I don't have to, and it doesn't do any damage. It just applies the effect.
Okay, and what effect is that?
Whatever effect I
You
choose.
choose. That's rather ambiguous, sir.
So you remember in
Whichever
the
one
fight
is
last
Just
week?
remember, you may get slapped if it's inappropriate. Rather hard.
So you guys remember in the fight last week against a big crystal creature, he was shooting you from across the room with his needler, and you were gaining benefits to armor class and benefits to hit and resistances and things like that. So those are the type of things he's talking about. You guys know needlers can have. You can
Right.
also do potions, so healing serums and things like that can also be used by those. But if you were to take, so I think Zerael has a needler pistol, I think, or she has an
Yes,
injector
I
glove.
do.
She has an injection glove. But if she were to stab somebody or shoot somebody with her needler with a healing potion, it would do the damage and then do the healing. If you are tuned to his microlab, it doesn't do any damage.
Well, like that's a different effect. If I hit someone with a weapon with the injection property, I can choose to not do the damage.
Yep, and it also automatically hits. So from across the room, he would automatically hit you if it's attuned to you.
Okay.
You don't have to be attuned for it to not do damage.
What? Don't have to be tuned to not do damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll accept that.
So who's we? Nosy saying yes?
Yeah, no C and Serena. It's fine. We're used to having augmentations, and
All right, so you guys went up
Chris
7
Chris
floors.
seems
So you have 35 minutes. So you can do 3 people And there's actually only 3 other people. So if you want to go ahead and apply that underneath your micro lab, there's an effect. Go ahead and apply that effect to the 3 of them. So Dan, real quick, does that disable? So it says push to mute on
Is
Discord.
that all of them targeted?
So I'm using my. I might not use the same streaming things that you do too. So because push to mute, does that? So does that mean if you push, then you're muted on Discord? So the people in Discord cannot hear you when you push that? All right, so Zerael, what are you doing? What is your intent in there?
Oh, it was just to look around and see what was in there. Nothing more than that. Unless, of course, the robot decides it's going to zap me again, then I'll kick it harder. But other than that, it was just to look around and come back out.
Yep. So she said, hey, it sounds like it's a robot gone crazy here. Training robot. So we can head out.
There's no more time to waste. I'm out of here.
All right, and so the robot will attack you again as you leave.
Little twerp.
Like somebody ordered the dog protection cleaning robot by mistake.
Right?
Right, exactly.
All right, and this time it arcs out and hits all 4 of you. Chris, did you want to use your
What?
special ability?
No. I don't think we're just leaving, right? Or are we gonna kill it?
Well,
I don't know.
first of all of you give me a reflex save DC 14.
Reef. Reach out and touch. Okay.
This was supposed to be green, but whatever.
All right, and Chris, reflex save.
Oh, sorry.
Nice. Everybody save. Take that, you stupid little robot.
All right, so 8. Serena takes 4 damage. Nosy takes 1. Zerael takes 2. All right, and Chris, so you would take 15, so you saved. So you would take 3 damage, but you have resistance 5, so you don't take any damage from electricity. However, because you are hit with an energy attack, if you choose, you can absorb that electricity into yourself by taking 1d4 damage, And then if you hit somebody with a melee attack within the next 10 minutes, you can then do that damage back as extra damage. Did you want to do that?
No,
Okay.
because I don't.
No.
He's new to the team. He doesn't understand quite what's going on.
All right. So
Find
this
trouble.
little jolt of electricity comes out
Oh,
as you guys move out the door. Zaps travel between the four of you, doing a tiny bit of damage. The cleaning robot is busily trying to remove any indication that you guys were there. And the
We are
robot.
removing an indication that we were there.
Are you leaving the door open?
No, close that thing.
Close that bad boy. Yep. Oh, she's heading this direction.
All right. So you close the door, and let me unlock everything again.
Serena's going to swear inappropriately in Elven. She gets zapped. Can I write in Elven? I can,
You sure
can I?
can. If you go down to the bottom,
Yep. Where is it?
you can
Oh, it's
open it
not
up.
there. Bottom of what?
So go to your
Just
chat.
above where it
Chat.
says
Yeah. But I mean, Elven isn't in my selection though.
For Serena, it should be. Let me see.
Oh, maybe I'll get the wrong. Yep, you're right. I got no C. Never mind.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, you got to
There we
select
go.
Serena.
Yes. There we go.
All right. Well, so you ignored the
not
two
return.
robots.
She's very
Serena.
It's very pretty though. She swears elegantly.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Continuing down the hall to the next door.
Yep. Serena's going to
All
do
right,
this
so
side of
there
the hall
are-
this time. Go ahead.
So as you come down here, you see that there are clear walls along the wall here. Give me just a second. Well, I'll just do it this way. So you guys see that there are but the looks like at one time this was a clear wall, like a window or something. But it looks like it's something has happened with it, so it's cracked and there's veins, so spidery veins all through it, so it's very hard to see what's beyond it. It looks like some sort of room with a white floor on the bottom.
This is the next room as we walk past where the wall is for the previous room, correct?
Right, where Nosy and Zoriel are, yes.
Right. Okay. All right. I still don't see nothing though. So does it look like there's anything through there? Is it a large area or does it look like it's a small room?
So Nosy, as you open the door, you see what you see. There's lines on the floor. There
Yeah.
are lines painted on a wall. It looks like some sort of court of
Racquetball.
some kind.
Squash ball. Racquetball. It's like a racquetball room, she says. Or something.
Nice.
Or anti-grav wrestling, maybe that.
Could be.
All right, so Serena's still keeping an eye going both directions. She
What
kind of
about
glances
this
in real quick.
Nobody
She goes,
checked the other
nice.
door. Zorel, you
Open
can
the
if you
door.
want to.
I want to check it tentatively.
Are we still seeing the glass being all cracked and whatnot?
Yes, so it's on
So it
just
could be
those. So right where Nosy is, it ends.
right.
It stops right there.
Okay.
So right now it looks like another room like the one we just passed. That makes sense. Okay. Moving on.
Could be Foursquare.
So you used to be able to watch from where you are what was going on inside, but like I said, the clear transparent wall is now shattered and broken. Sort of like my hopes and dreams.
Exactly.
Oh.
Dan says he loves racquetball.
Racquetball is the bomb.
I'd
It
get
is
2 whacks
awesome.
at it and I'd be all over.
I have played racquetball. I've never played squash or handball, but I have played racquetball. I do enjoy racquetball.
Racquetball is awesome. That is the best thing, man. It's
I
like
think
tennis.
I know what racquetball is, but I've never seen or played it. So.
It's usually in a massive enclosed room, lines on the walls. Sometimes a balcony up above, people can watch if they dare.
Right.
Whacking a ball around, and it's awesome. It's like playing tennis very aggressively in a small area. You never have to chase the ball very far.
That's right, because it finds a body part very easily.
Oh yeah.
Until you're on like your
Especially-
third game, and then that ball
And
that's
then
like
you're
10 feet away from you is like, damn, come on, roll.
or you turn your partner. If you hit me in the back one more time, I swear to God, you're paying for lunch. All right, so no, she's there. She'll open up the door there, see what's going on, and open. All right.
All right, so I don't know how
All right.
close you guys are, but if you zoom in quite a bit, you'll be able to tell what this is. And for those of you
Computer
keeping score,
Computer lounge.
this is a purely handmade map, once again. So everything on here, from the floors to walls to doors, every little token, everything you see here was put there by me.
Yay! Was that like a Persian rug you got there on the ground?
So there you see a row of what looks to be like lockers along the wall. There are a couple showers and a couple sinks opposite the showers.
Okay.
Cool. Very nice. Okay, so she'll go back out and continue down the hall. Here we go. Serena's still keeping an eye going both directions, up and down the hallway in case somebody meanders around. All right, so we're still there, still glass viewing walls. I'm assuming. Wait,
No,
there can't be
the glass.
viewing walls on the showers.
No, they were
That's
just on
special
those
kind of
two
place.
courts. As I said, where
Okay.
Nosy was, that's where it stopped.
All right. I'm gonna say that's a different kind of viewing wall. Those cost some money. Little coin and slot. Think. All right, here we go.
I
I'm
didn't
opening
see
the
any
door.
slots on the way by.
All right. Ooh, that's a nice big door. All right, she opens up. Looks like it's a big area here.
All right, and you see the wall to the left is reflective.
Oh, I know what this is.
And there are you see a couple speakers on the opposite side. As you step in, you see there's a speaker on all four corners, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 12 spots on the floor that are little blips coming from these spots, little blips of light coming from 12 spots on the floor.
It's a spin room.
It could be holographic, couldn't it? Hologram room
Do some spinning.
or spinning.
Zumba. Zumba spots. Follow the movements.
This kind of money, you
Is
got.
anybody going in?
I just
No.
know she just stepped in for a quick moment to see all four walls and then stepped out. Serena also stepped in, took a quick look, and stepped out again. And that's where we are there. So is Zarel correct in terms of like its equipment has been there, but isn't anymore, or could it be holographic type of thing?
You would need to go in to see more. All you see is the reflective wall, the 4 speakers, and these little, almost like light bulbs, little specks of light that are gleaming periodically on 12 different locations on the floor.
All right, so I'll go in and take a look at that then. I'm gonna check this out, guys.
All right, go Serena.
So she's going to assess what she thinks these are about. A boat.
Okay. No one else is going in with her?
Oh, why the heck not?
I will.
All right, and so
Hey, Nosy, be right back. Do some Zumba.
as Chris steps into the room, there is a person appears.
Wait, what the heck?
A person appears.
There we go. And see, it is similar to the other robot, but slightly different. It has leg warmers on. It's down by the floor. It's a female Kish, and she's in a pink leotard. She's got purple leg warmers, and
Ooh.
she speaks. The doors start to close. No, see, are you going in or are you staying out?
Does she think that she should be going in? Sure, I'll go in. Everybody's going out. I was going in. Check it out. I'm assuming that Serena said, "Hey, this looks interesting," to draw everyone's attention in. Correct.
All right, and so as you come in,
Cross the threshold.
Some light music starts playing in the background, and she speaks.
This thing is just not working out.
And again, you see the little specks of light pointing there at the 12 different spots on the floor.
So,
Take a spot and stretch.
guys, I think this is definitely an exercise room. Saying to take our places on the floor here. Zumba it is. Either that or Latin dance. It's not the aerobic pole dancing class, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't see any poles.
That's right. Must have come up out of the floor. or down from the ceiling.
All right, so are any of you going to go to the flashing lights?
It's kind of sketch. The rail doesn't exercise. Not physically. I
All right.
exercise mentally.
So after about
But you still keep in good shape, though. You look fine.
Right.
so after about 30 seconds, the thing speaks again, and um, and you all feel a little electric current come up from the floor. Doesn't hurt, but it wakes you up a little bit.
Active.
What others?
And you see her,
I
she's
don't
sort
see
of
anybody else in this room.
doing a little bit of a stretch, and then you see her, she bends all the way down and touches the floor and such.
Serena is good at that, but
I'm out. Peace out. I've had enough of electricity already. See ya.
yeah, no, she just reaffirmed, hey guys, this is for exercising. I think we can head out of here.
So the door
I'm
does
heading
not
for the
open.
door.
It doesn't open. It says it's open
No.
already.
Zarel starts to pound on the door. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Let me out of here.
Serena
What
will
about
step forward and near one of the
Oh,
spots. Where are the spots? The crosshairs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
fine.
8, 9, 10, 12. Are these the
She said the
crosshairs?
others are waiting. Don't step on one. Okay. Fine.
So she's, after about another 30 seconds, she repeats the same thing that she said a moment ago. This time, the jolt is stronger, and everybody except Chris takes 1 point of damage.
Oh. I hate this trainer. You're a bitch.
So
Where's my spot?
where's the spots in the room? Because Serena's stepping up to the closest one over here.
Okay, so as you
Can we,
step up,
there's no way to like open the door at all, or is it just locked? Because there would unlock it.
Please tell me this is a spot where I'm at.
yep, there's this, that's
Okay.
just right there. So they're offset so that everybody can see the trainer. You also get a pretty decent view in the wall in front of you. And as you step on the spot, this light comes up, and you see that there's this holographic, almost like a stick figure around you, and it right now it's mimicking you.
Mimic me. Oh.
No, see, and so Chris, you look at the door, you see there's not any kind of control panel to open it. There doesn't seem to be any kind of uh, keyhole or any way to to open the door from this side. No, see, are you
yeah.
going to take a spot?
She's a trainer from hell.
She's not really into this at all, so she's gonna just do a detect magic and kind of start hidden around the outside edges.
Okay, so
What do I roll?
the music gets loud, and there's a you see next to Serena and Zarael on either side, where the lights are, the holographic stick figures show up. You also see on either side of the trainer, these holographic stick figures show up, and the music starts, and it gets a lot louder than it was a minute ago. And she starts doing these movements. Nosy, Chris, you are taking electrical damage, but you have a resistance of 5. So at this point, you haven't been taking. It hasn't affected you yet, but you can tell you are being zapped by electricity. Nosy, you do detect magic as well as technology. So it's a combination of both, and
So
you take
Nosy will
2 points of damage.
Nosy will telepathically say to everybody, I think we have to go through this thing for a moment at least. It's trying to make us do it. So she will step on one of the pads over in this area here by the door. Where it is. Is that one there?
Over by the door. Okay.
Her intention is to get out the door, so she will comply for a moment, knowing that this room is trying to encourage the exercising plan here, but that is her intention.
All right. So as you're taking into your spot, same thing happens as you take the spot. The light comes over you and around you and on either side. And so from Serena and Zerael, since you are already in position, go ahead and give me a DC 12 acrobatics.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe no problem for you.
What's your acrobatic? I'm definitely acrobatic.
Okay, I barely made that one.
Ooh. How do you know how much to make?
It was DC
He
12.
said 12, DC 12.
It means you have to make 12 or higher.
Correct.
Right.
All right, well, I made 39, so I'm good to go.
So Serena, you can't fail, at least the first one. All right, and so Chris, are you going to take a spot, or are you going to? What are you doing?
Are we being forced to dance? Is that
being
what's
forced.
happening?
To exercise.
Well, you're forced to
evil.
step on a holographic activated pad, at least, and
Does exercise even matter if you're made out of crystal? Like, what the heck?
Right.
well, considering that we're 734 years behind, everything helps.
That's right.
734 years behind in our training.
All right, so what are you going to be doing, Chris?
And
Guess
8
I'll
days.
step on. I don't.
All right, so same thing happens. So now so you see the holograms are all moving in the same simple steps, and they do the same thing several times, and
Are they?
they're doing different the as the music changes, and then the music will shift, and then what you're doing will shift slightly, and all the holograms, so the hologram on either side of you, and the hologram, the train up front, are all showing the same movement, and so you're just pretty much matching the hologram until you figure out what that particular step is.
Now, is a hologram activated to the body shape of the person?
Yes.
So, like Nosi has her arms are being represented and everything. So, it's giving you a guide as to where you should be as you're moving along.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So like Serena's taller, much taller than Chris and Nosi, and so it
Right.
goes along the lines of their things. But you are all have 2 arms, 2 legs, like the Kish do. So in that sense, you guys are lucky. All right.
Well, Nosi doesn't. Nosi doesn't.
Yes, Nosi has 2 arms and 2 legs.
That's shed. Okay. They're not really arms and legs, though. They're appendages. Go ahead. I get it. Let's go.
Sharon.
All right. So she's still eyeing the door. She's trying to see if she
All
can
right.
kind
So I
of.
need another her knees bend backwards, but still, she still has them.
Right.
So we need I need a acrobatics DC 12 this time. I mean
From
a DC 14 this
everybody?
time.
From everybody?
Yes,
Or
DC
just
14 because everybody's now
acrobatics.
playing
All
along.
right.
All right.
All right.
12,
14 acrobatics.
correct.
Hey, I got it.
Very
Way
nice,
to go,
very nice.
Chris.
All right, and so the music continues to play, and you see that they're going back to some of the older the other former moves, and then adding a second move. Now it's music shifts again, and I need an acrobatics of 16 from everybody, please.
Oh, dear Lord.
This
If,
like
if they switch to Macarena or Electric Slide, I am out.
is this like a new fancy space age version of the pacer test or something?
I think so. Zarail's starting to get wore out already.
Hey, I got that one too.
All right, and so the everybody's getting in the groove, getting doing well. Serena, you don't have to roll if you don't want to. I know you say
I
you
want to.
like rolling, so that's fine. And because these are skill checks, there is no critical fail or critical success. So there is
Until
no
you get zapped.
right. You can fail, but I'm saying rolling at 1 or 20 doesn't matter. You just add your total. All right. So
So no, she's still eyeing the door. She's gonna. I think she's gonna try and make a run for it.
all right. So the music shifts. We're now into the fourth stage. Nosi.
Yeah, I'm diving for the door.
Okay. The other side opened inward. There is no handle. There's no way to open the door. You can still see the seam, but there's no way to open the door from inside. So everybody else,
Does it open as I step over to it?
no,
Like an automatic door?
no. So everybody
Okay.
else, give me an acrobatics 18. No, see,
Oh, this is killing me.
this is the third time you've been zapped, so you take 6 damage.
Yeah, I knew I would. I
Oh,
couldn't
for
keep
goodness.
it
Yep.
up. I only
Right
have a
there with
plus
you,
one.
Chris. Right there with you.
All right, so
All right.
Chris,
No, she's gonna be getting desperately trying to get out of here.
you come
She's
close. You come pretty close, but then you're too busy watching No See run over there, and you see her get jolted a little bit, and these little things come along the bottom, and as she's trying to look for the hatch and trying to get the door open, and Zarel, same thing. You're watching her, and you're impressed with Serena. She's doing really well. And then you realize, oh crap, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Um, so this is your second time, so you take 4 damage. I mean, 2 damage. 5.
Piece of
8.
poo-poo.
all right.
So it's
So
not too bad. Just a little jolt, and then you're able to you focus again and are able to get back into the rhythm. And
it
then,
seems very militant way of doing about this. I'll tell you that.
so Nosy, are you going back or are you staying where you
No,
are?
she's is gonna blast this thing with her laser pistol. She's trying to get out now.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Damage go and
Whoa, this is a Starship bulkhead.
okay.
Interior.
I assume the door has a hit point scale.
Door, let's see. All right, so are you shooting the door itself or the wall next to it?
Whatever whatever it seems obvious that it's will open it up.
It
If
doesn't
if
seem
there's nothing,
obvious. You
it
have
doesn't seem. Well, you said there's a seam, which means there's the shape of the door.
right.
So and there's no like eye or anything up above to indicate that there might be some sort of sensor. She's standing by the front of the door, so there's no sensor to open it up.
You do see that there's a what looks to be a sensor at the top. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the sensor then. And
All
if
right.
that
So go
doesn't
ahead and
work,
give me an attack roll.
attack roll. Okay.
Material hardness. All right. So I'm gonna say plastics 8. So you did 16.
She's
8
pretty good. It's like she's right there.
per
It's
inch.
almost point blank.
All right. So you
And this
blast into
thing's
this
burning.
sensor, and it looks like it's destroyed. It's melted. There's a hole there, and there's a little bit of smoke coming up from where you hit it.
Yep.
It has been at this point, so 5, 10, 15. You guys are finishing up with your been in there 20 minutes, and this is number 4, so I need a DC 18 acrobatics, please.
Jeez.
Oh, Lord.
Kidding
I
me?
only have a +1 in acrobatic.
Ugh. Suck.
I somehow got it. Okay.
All right, so again, the music it shifts again to a different type of music, a more sultry. So she's doing these more swaying type of movements that are a little bit more complex, as opposed to the simple block lunges and things that they were doing before, almost like a belly dance type move. They're a little bit more complex. Um, if you allow yourselves, you guys are. I mean, it is pretty enjoyable. The music is nice. Working up a good sweat. Uh,
How does
I
this
don't like
work
the
if you're
sweat.
made
and
out of a
but
crystal?
as you're making little mistakes here and there, you're getting zapped as you go, and over that 5-minute period, Zerael, so you take 3 more points of damage. It's your 3rd time over that 5-minute period, and
I
then
can be sundered.
she says,
Let's see. She's gonna be. So she's still getting. So no, she's still getting zapped, but she's. I'm trying to get this thing open. It's not working. Oh my god! This fucking chair. Holy water grenade at it, maybe. I think.
You're doing great. Let's finish strong. Here we go. I'm dying over here. I need water.
all right, and so then I need a DC 20 acrobatics.
I mean, I've hit 22 times already, so I don't think I'm gonna hit it again.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yep.
Oh, mother of pearl.
He hit it again.
That is not a strong finish.
All
I
right,
am so disappointed
so
in
Nosy, are
myself.
you going back and finishing the routine then? What are you doing,
I've been
Nosy?
unable to open the door. There's like nothing seems like it's working. Then there's it's unlikely that my bone blade will be able to pry the thing open without breaking it. I'm assuming if it's pretty strong. Correct.
You're sure, given enough time and effort, you could probably break through it.
She's gonna keep trying to get open. She'll
Okay, so roll damage for
So-
your bone blade then.
all right. Hold on a second. Let me see. Yes, action.
And you are zapped for a little bit more. All right, and so Chris, you're up to 5. So you've got, 4. But you have it's either 4 or 5. I forget. Point is, you have electricity of 5, so it doesn't matter. You're good. Zerael, so you're getting zapped more and more as you're going along. Piece of your armor sort of shifts a little bit, and you take a moment and you have to fix that and adjust that, and then with the sweat and everything, so you end up taking 4 points of damage.
So
And Serena's barely breathing hard. She's able to follow along with the last movements, and then the music quiets down, and it goes similar back to what it was when you guys first came into the room. The southern door opens, and the trainer's clapping and says and speaks again.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
I need water. Let me get out of here.
So the south door open?
south door, I guess. Yep.
Yes, the south door opens.
See you next time. Don't forget to stretch. Oh, I'm stretching out here in the hallway where I'm not getting zapped. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Nothing even happened. Okay, fine.
As you go up to the north door, nothing happens. And Serena, are you leaving?
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as there's only one person in the room, the hologram disappears.
Alrighty then.
Little lights on the floor are still there.
I never want to see another
I can't. I really can't get out.
aerobic floor again. Nope. Not another gym.
I
Yeah,
can't get out the door.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how they did it, but
I just went through the wall.
Oh, they went through the wall. Yeah, they cheated.
No,
I
I
mean,
went
you
through the
did
door.
say, I did ask and you did say the door is open.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
haven't.
But I couldn't
haven't
open the door
physically
by
opened it
myself
yet.
because it was locked. So
Right. We got it. We figured it out. It was the panel next to it. To the right from our vision here.
There we go. Door's open now.
Come on.
All right, so you're getting to the end of the hall.
So, she's standing back here, upset.
So you guys are out of breath a little bit as you're sweating to some extent in your armor. You guys drink some water. Take a few minutes to relax. It's 20 minutes. All right, what are you guys doing?
Continuing down the hallway here.
I'm going to peek in this door.
Serena's taking the lead here a little bit. No, she's lagging. How much damage did she take?
There's
This is
this
17 damage.
So you see
All
there
right,
are
move on.
predominantly
Cycles.
on one side and predominantly the other machines on the other side. The center has a combination of both. And you see there are screens above each one, set ahead and a few feet above our little screens. A couple of them have broken off and fallen down, but there are screens for each individual one as well.
Alrighty.
You do not see anything in here. This room is dustier, similar to the bathrooms, where the locker rooms dustier and more dilapidated. Looks like the cleaning room itself was not done in here.
All right.
So she's very frustrated and fatigued, so she's going to use one of her stamina points to heal herself real quick.
Resolve, okay.
Yeah, resolve.
It's only down 17 out of 81.
Yeah, I know. That's a large percentage, my dear sir. And she's very frustrated. This has been very agitating. Why is my
I'm trying to figure out why I can see.
She was trying to save the party and was being zapped the entire time. And it was very frustrating. Sweating for no reason, for the wrong reasons.
All right, so give me just a minute. I'm trying to figure out who it is that I'm aligned with.
I think you're aligned with Serena because you're moving her around.
No, I'm moving you all around because I'm trying to find out. Nope. Must be Nosy. There we go, it's Nosy. Alright, so I just want to show the stream the room. Spent all the time making and everything. Everybody else just wandered past and ignored.
Well, we got trapped in the last room and forced to dance, so.
That's right. So that's why I didn't go in.
Okay.
Opened and looked.
But you guys are now more physically fit than you were before. Okay, so you've
thanks to the room. No, she's best.
So you're spending 10 minutes. So you guys stopping here and just spending 10 minutes rest?
Sure. Evidently, Zuriel thinks she needs to catch her breath, so let's go for it.
All right, so you gotta take a 10-minute rest. All
Sure.
right, now what would you like to do? Anybody else who wants to can? What else would you like to do?
wants to look up in her computer thingy any information she can about what that was about, why it was so strenuous and painful. Is it like military training where you have to do it and they won't let you out and everything, or is it just supposed to be pleasant? That is a question.
It wasn't painful at all for Serena.
Serena is lithe and elven and very in shape, so that's not surprising.
And considering, your total hit points and things, if you knew
Show me the historical documents.
So it looks like something that you would sign up for, and it's just a form of motivation and guidance as far as you get these little zaps, just like people who want to stop smoking, who pay to get themselves zapped when they go to smoke, that type of thing, or take that whatever the alcoholic thing is where you throw up if you drink alcohol.
That sounds like the beauty queen moms. They're coaches.
Yep. So that's what you guess is what that was. There's no real way of knowing without anybody being here. You could always talk to the other robot. They seem to be in a weight room.
No, we're fine. Let's move on.
All right, and so we have ghostly figures in the background of the cameras. You can see.
She's trying to save the party. Ghostly
Yes,
figure.
Rebecca was in here telling me she's a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Nice.
She won a whole month's worth of collagen.
Oh,
Okay, cool. You in the mood to go
Yeah.
to Zumba now?
No.
Well, maybe you guys should do it again.
yeah, I think so. Pass on that one. Hard pass.
All right, so where are you guys
I
headed?
still have my Zumba skirt.
Thanks.
Just walking around the corner. Making the circle. This is the exercise. This is the only exercise we need. Just walking.
Come on, people. What the hell's
Do,
happening here?
do, do.
All right, so
Sorry, stream my.
let's see a step further down the hallway.
Got
Where's
too
it?
many
Man,
windows
this
and
thing
too
moves
much stuff
fast.
going on.
Oh, crap. Trying to do a quick glance in the room. It's like some treadmills and cycling machines, spinning machines, as they say. Come on, there you go. Stop.
I think that's the other side of the room we looked in on the other side.
The one that you looked in, yes.
Should we just go to the next
Yep.
floor?
Perhaps.
So as you approach the next door, it opens.
How far down is that one? Which floor are we talking about?
Wait,
This one here?
I'm not going in there again. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
passing that one. No, she's gonna indignantly be moving along.
The rail goes to the opposite side of the hallway to pass that door.
Okay. Okay. Can I tab between the characters or not? I have to touch them with the cursor.
Yeah, you have to select them. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So take a quick glance in here. It's like showers again, peeps. I'm sure what happened.
Yep. So another locker room with showers and sinks. It was just unlocked.
All right. Last couple doors here. You'll see. We'll look at the
Again, you
second
have
one
the
there.
clear.
Quick glance in there.
Again, you see the clear. I don't think I was pressing the right button before, but you had
Yeah.
the locker room with the showers, and then now you guys see the clear room, the clear walls that are spider webbed and broken.
Okay. Let's do it.
Sure as hell not going in there after what happened in the other room. It's not getting pelted with balls.
It's like more racquetball courts. All right. No, she's like, let's go ahead and move out of here, guys.
And we're back in the car again.
All right, so hold on.
Don't tell me to hold on.
I'm lagging really bad. Hold on a second, guys.
Yep.
All right, so as you reach the edge of
Oh, yeah.
the end of the corridor, did anybody open up the door? Yeah,
No.
somebody opened up the door to the north. Who opened the door looking down into the other room?
That one right. I
Me.
think that one right there. No, the one before it. The racquetball one or the one after?
The one after.
The one with the green underneath, I think.
No. Yeah, I didn't look. Nosi's moving on, and Serena's just going on too. So I have a lot of knives here.
Maybe I did, because it would be black if I hadn't written it.
Yes, it would.
Okay.
That's why he's asking.
It was me. Damn it.
All right. And again, I'm sorry. It's just lagging something fierce. Taking a little bit longer than it should.
Exacto.
So as you open up the door, you see the room is empty.
Okay.
That's good.
Cool.
And as you move forward, you see the two robots from the room are coming up from the south.
Oh. No, shut the door. Shut the door. I'm shutting the door.
The room is empty.
You said I see the robots coming up from the south.
Chris and Nosi, as they come around the corner, see them coming up from the south. And I need everybody to give me initiative, please.
Ah,
Okay. Initiative.
Damn.
I hate robots. I can't like nerf them into the ground.
Marvel, Serena, but it's not coming up. There we go.
Again, I'm just lagging. All right, there we go. All right.
Did you say slacking? What?
Yep.
He's lagging, L.
All right, so let's go ahead and click initiative, PC, NPC. All right, so you see them coming. Serena, you hear them, and you hear Chris say he hates robots. What would you like to do?
I am going to. Serena's going to do an acrobatic moving step forward and whack this
So, I
robot
normally
there
don't
with her Solarian solar sword.
make
Fight now.
them be murder hobos. In this case, I am, just because I spent so much time screwing around and making this map
Do an acrobatic move, come up, grab bite
that
map.
I
She comes
didn't
a
think they
sword and
would
swings
finish
down at the
this
robot.
fast. So I don't have the next floor ready.
So how
I have
far
it
can I
drawn out
move?
basically, but I don't have any of the details on it. So
I
I'm
need a
pretty
flag.
much
Get the
wasting
flag.
20 more minutes. So, all right, I didn't. I missed the first part of that question. What about the flag? You said you're going to
You
move
need to put
up
a little
and
flag in
you're
it.
going to move up and use your weapon,
Yes.
but you haven't moved.
I'm because you're not seeing anything. Hold on. How far can I go? I go 1, 2, 3, 60 feet, whatever it was. What is it? I need 40 feet, so whatever, 25, whatever it was there. Right. 25, 35, 30, 35, right there. So right next to the thing, right there, and she's smashing down right on it. Point blank, doing her trick attack and doing her thing. So she does trick attack first, correct? The
Yep.
actions. All right, where are we here? Load my actions. Thank you. Trick attack. Here we go.
All right, and no, she's
Use.
next, so no, she can't get everything ready.
Okay, I'm successful. So off target. So I'm going to use. Roll the
Okay.
thing. Here we go. 2 and yeah. And then I go back to my target thing. And I roll that. And here we go.
So Logan, while he's doing this, if you would look and
Hell
see
yeah. That's what I'm
if
talking
it
about.
tells you what kind of action it is to identify using. I don't think it is an action, but if you could clarify that.
That warm up got Serena ready to go.
There you go.
Special skill.
Bash the living crap out of that thing.
So one of your abilities has to do with.
Yeah, I'm reading it right
Okay.
now.
So I don't think it states, but if you
It
just check.
doesn't.
Okay. So it's not an action or anything. It's just you do it whenever it's your turn. All right. So no C's up. So Serena's moves up, does a little acrobatics tumble, and then jumps up and slams her weapon down on this robot.
Is it still alive? Still squirming around?
I don't think you had it targeted.
Oh, you didn't do damage to it. No. So that it destroys the robot and the other robots.
Yeah, when you do 85 damage in a single attack, you're probably gonna kill everything.
The other robot.
Let's hope so. She was warmed up from that little exercise thing. She's prepared to go.
Yeah, she was ripped for
so
ready to go.
Nosi is going to step forward a bit. 1, 2, 3. They're out there. And using her laser pistol, zap little floss monster there.
I've got your don't damage property.
Right.
Go away.
All right, so that's an action. Needler. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now I'm targeted. Here we go and begin. It's not a miss.
Oh.
She's pissed, so she should get extra. She's extra motivated to be zeroing in on the thing. I disagree with this roll. Same.
All right, Zareo.
It's just glossed right over her.
I hear the commotion and coming around the corner. I heard the robot say, "Don't damage property." It didn't damage me first.
So yes, as you And you also hear the big slash, and you see smoke coming from where Serena blasted into the thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see.
So that was
I gotta
60
move.
feet. So I think that's pretty much it for you, right? Because you double moved.
30 feet. Each square is 5 feet, correct?
10, 15, 20,
Yeah, it was 30 feet.
25.
Thank you.
30.
She is correct. From where you were.
No, put me back.
When you're going diagonally, it's 5 and then 10, so it would be 35 feet to go one more square.
Oh, okay, rule follower.
Oh, you're way back there? Well, then, yeah, you can't go that far.
3, 4, 5,
See, it
6.
says 35.
Whatever. All right. Continuing on. Put me
Okay,
back
so
where it's
where's she now?
heading. All right. Can I see the robot?
You should be. I don't know. Can you? Line of sight should let you see it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see it just beyond Serena.
Okay, yep. So if you're going to shoot it, it's at a -2.
Okay.
Because Serena's in the way?
Yes.
I'm just going to try and
Okay.
reason with it. Don't want to hurt you or damage you. Go back to your room. What does it do?
So give me a persuasion. Well, I don't know. Let me look. What are the skills? Give me the appropriate skill you think you want to use for that, and give me a roll. And
Sleight of hand.
are you using
Sleight of-
common?
Diplomacy. Diplomacy, and I'm going to use the kish. The archaic kish.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll.
Alrighty. Where's my diplomacy?
Ooh,
Damn
nice.
straight.
730.
Critical diplomacy. She's saying it very persuasively. Very emphatically.
Right. Uno momento.
It would behoove you to move along.
All right. Are you doing anything else?
Oh, wait a minute. Damaged property must be paid for. Please put away your weapons and wait for security. Oh, not happening. All right.
So you see
I'm
it
gonna.
stops running forward as it was getting ready to move forward, and it stops and speaks.
Yeah, let's just leave.
All right.
Yep, I think so.
Yep. Let's be out of here.
How
Peace.
far up is the door?
So it moves forward and
Talking to Serena about property damage.
it speaks to you and reaches forward. It's not being combative, but it's reaching forward to grab your wrist. Are you going to allow him to do so?
No. Nope. Actually, as I reach up, I'm gonna grab its arm and pull it off balance towards behind me. Swift Seagal move.
All right, so Chris, what would you like to do? You see this thing start to open up, and it looks like it and Serena are still in combat. If you would like to use your ability to identify it.
Yeah, I guess so. 60-foot range.
All right, so
Plenty of space.
somewhere I shared linked within that ability or something somewhere is this. Did you get a pop-up?
Yeah.
It's killing me.
So you can tell that with your 28, because this is a non-living creature. Hold on a second. There we go. I'm just sharing it with chat. I mean, with the stream, so I can see what's going on. So it's for a common, very common creature, average creature, or a rare creature. Because this is so old, if it was a regular robot, it would be either very common or average. But because this is so old, this is a rare creature. And let me double check its CR. CR is challenge rating, basically its level, and it's 1 plus 1.5. So this is a CR 9. So that's 14 total. 1.5 times 14 to 29. All right, so you're basically just able to tell that this is some sort of security robot in addition to a training robot. Other than that, is not there. It's just beyond, just unique enough with this weird construction that you're just not quite able to figure the rest of it out.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do? And mechanically, that looks, you have this machine, and you basically put this crystal up to your eye, and as you're looking at it, you have like a heads-up display as it's flashing. So, have you ever played Fallout?
Yeah.
So when you use their targeting system, it sort of highlights the head, the arms, the individual arms, body. It goes through these different things as you're looking at it. It's doing all these different things and cataloging. You see a little stream of data going next to it as it's trying to catalog all this information and figure out exactly what this is, going through the database in your microcomputer, micro lab.
Cool.
And that is what you're able to determine at this point. It's unknown. A lot of the categories that fill in are just unknown.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Isn't the door close to here? I can't really do anything to the robot, but I guess I could help Sarita.
Okay. And by the
I'll go to
way,
here.
you guys, something I forgot to mention earlier, Chris exudes, he glows. So he's this crystalline creature, and he sheds light from his crystalline body. And basically, mechanically, it's 5 feet around him right now. 5 feet in normal light, and then 5 feet of dim light.
Okay.
I guess I'll give Serena the +1 AC. I guess.
Okay. So you should just target. Yep, you already got it targeted, so you should just be able to click the effect. Boom. So it make sure it works. So basic booster duration of 3. So for 3 rounds, so he shoots out his gun at Serena, and you hit with this little dart that has an injector thing in it, and it again you feel your skin harden a little bit as this light comes from it, and it sort of envelops all of you. All right, top of round 2 is this thing. So this thing, as you grab it and try to pull it off balance, different parts of it open up, and it slices down at you. All right, but you're able to.
Bother me.
What is your KAC, by the way,
Hold
on the front
on
page?
a second. Yep, give me a second.
I'm just wondering
KAC
how
is
close it was.
24. 24.
So because he hit you with his boost,
Right.
it missed because it got a 24. So it cuts through a little bit of your armor, but doesn't actually go into because he boosted you with his
Okay.
+1. It got a 24. I thought that was close. That's pretty cool. All right, and it's your turn.
All right. She's how does the grappling thing work? I mean, am I able to like just grab the arm and pin it into the wall behind me?
Okay, so while you are very acrobatic and what you're saying makes absolute sense, Starfinder
Yes.
does not like people to be cool and creative. So
Okay.
what you're doing is called a combat maneuver.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the same rules that I am for the other weeks, the off week, in
Okay.
that the way it's written in Starfinder, it is a melee attack with against its KAC +8 to succeed in this thing.
Okay. That's a lot.
It's a lot. I say it's +4. So,
I say it's like -4. I'm just
because
like I'm just so fast.
you can get um, feats and certain soldiers and certain things you can do help with those combat maneuvers.
Right.
But
Right.
anyway, so if you want to try it, you're welcome to. It will be against his KAC +4, and if you succeed, you can then push him 5 feet or knock him prone.
I have
But
uncanny
honestly,
mobility. I have versatile movement, uncanny mobility,
it would be easier just to
improved
smack him in the face.
lightning reflexes, enhancers. I got the whole thing covered, man. Seagal, he's nothing. Just whoosh, done. I think it's a given. It's just I whacked it against the wall. Just let me roll the damage.
Yep, you would think, but sadly,
All right.
that's
So
not how
what do I
this
have to
works.
roll then? What's going on here?
You're not inspired. Okay.
I can hit it with my sword, but I've already dedicated myself to reaching for its arm. So realistically,
I will let you switch because and she, especially her, she knows what's going on. It's up to you. You can still
all
try
right,
it.
I will switch. Then.
Okay. But don't forget to photo attune too.
Right. I think it'll matter at this moment anyway. So I'll go ahead and do a trick attack then.
Okay.
I'll feign towards the reaching, but then I'll slash this bite map. So I'm gonna go trick attack. And that's got to be successful, right? Off target.
That is successful, yes.
And then sword. 13 is a hit. Trick attack damage. That. And then here we go. Come on. What do we got? What does it say?
All right, so you slide across it,
36.
and as it cuts and sparks come flying out of this thing. No C.
No C is going to shoot again. I have a question. Never mind, it's fine. There's a big panel here on my chat thing that's saying it's Surreal's turn, and it's blocking up like everything over here. Big gray rectangle. I mean, I can deal with it for now. I'm just letting you know it's really annoying. Okay, so no C.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You should be able to. Can you close it? Is there an X anywhere?
Nope, just says unlock, and that's it. It happened in the chat, and now it won't go away. Anyway, it's fine. Pistol aimed up, right? Let's make sure. Yep. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. That's better. Go. Come on. And yeah.
Nice, max damage. All right, so as Serena slices into it, you pull out you shoot your pistol again, and blast into it. Surreal.
That's right. That's right.
And Chris, Logan, to answer your question, the door is behind the robot, down south, just beyond it.
What just happened? Oh no.
All right, so you move up with your incapacitator. Slam against it. Sparks fly as it
Why did
dents.
that damage applied to no C?
It did. So you have. That's odd. Let's see. 2 no C. That's weird. Let me fix it.
Stick it like that. Two.
All right. There you go. So you move up. Are you doing anything else, Zarel? All right, and you are, I presume you're muted because we cannot hear you if you're talking. Chris, your turn.
Sorry. Yes,
Okay.
I was muted. I apologize. Becca's been coming in and out to visit with me.
Very well.
Uh,
Awesome. So you came up, slammed into it.
I guess I'll also give Zuriel the +1 AC,
Okay.
because I can't really do anything against robots.
Oh, that's sad.
For the record, you can still hit it with your normal damage. Just doesn't do a lot right now. But yes,
Yeah.
it'd be better. I think your actions would be better spent boosting your allies.
That's why I've been doing it.
All right, so again, Zerail, you get hit, and again this little wave comes up, and you save Serena's butt last round. So top on the round 3. All right, back to Nosy.
So Nosy can no longer shoot.
Just have
Can she shoot?
-2.
-2, that's fine. I'll take that. Is the P cover mean? That's the one? That's +2.
Yep, that's correct. Partial
Oh,
cover.
P cover is 2. Okay.
Yep.
All right, here we go. And 14, yes. And click one of these guys. Whatever this matter.
All right, so it hits it, but not in a spot that's going to be enough.
Okay.
Who has 9 repair? Target tracking. All right, so you see a little panel opens up and a red light is shining on Serena. A little dot in 3 different locations on Serena. These little dots and they move with her as she moves. As this thing goes to attack her again. And as it moves, it sort of blurs as you see. It's almost like it's moving, and you can super fast as you see these 2 or 3 second and third version of itself is superimposed on it. So one of the versions doesn't move, the other one is moving, and then the third one is moving a different direction as these little this little holographic images appear around it as it's going to attack you.
Cool.
And Serena, you've seen this. This is something you've seen other operatives do. You rely on your acrobatics. This one is relying on this type of holographic camouflage.
Okay.
Ooh, it did. All right. All right, and so now it lashes out and tries to hit you.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so this time the boost doesn't help as this thing slams into you. Where is
34 to hit. Jeez.
takes an additional 5d8 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The 34s are rolled. The defense is 23, evidently.
23.
Or something like that.
All right, so similar to what you do is as this thing shifts and switches, it's slicing where you don't not expecting it to, and it just gouges deeply into your side as you take 48 points of damage. And it is now your turn.
Okay.
By the way, real quick, because I'm so happy I figured this stuff out. I figured out how to program it to where it automatically takes your resistance into play. So like right there, I wasn't thinking about that at all. And I was like, why
Right.
did you only take 41 point of damage? Because it automatically did it for you. So we don't have to worry about that ever again because it's programmed on there for you. So you're good.
Okay. So he's doing some serious damage here. I gotta say that. So Serena's can move up 5 feet without incurring anything happening.
You can take a 5-foot guarded step, yes. And so, by the way, if you look in the chat, it says damage 48 to Serena, partially resisted, absorbed stamina points 41. So you took 41 of the 48 damage because of your damage resistance.
Right. Okay. All right. She's doing trick attack. The usual stuff here.
And by the way, people listening and other players, that is a enhanced resistance. It's a feat, and you can get it multiple times. You can pick a certain type of damage, kinetic, electric, fire, etc., etc. And then anytime your base attack bonus is what it's based on. So his base attack bonus is 7, so he has 7 resistance. Anytime he's hit by that type of damage, the first 7 goes away. Just like Chris has electrical resistance, so every time he gets hit by electricity, the first 5 just go away. It doesn't count. All
Okay, I
right.
missed.
So you move up. You are able to trick it as as it's these little lights. You're able to move off the lights for a second, but then as you come up, you're not able to find purchase. This thing is too fast.
Yep.
And you hit one of the holograms, whoosh, and your sword goes right through it. But you should now be 3, so you can go ahead and turn on your photo 2 and 3, and you're
Yeah.
all set.
Again, it's not here.
You gotta click the little dude, and then you'll see it in the list.
I know that's not there. I'm telling you. It's only photo tune 1. That's all there is. When I open it up, it's 3 on the list when it first opens up the character.
There we go.
Okay.
Maybe I put it on you or something. But anyway.
Okay.
All right. So, Zarel.
All right. I'm
Yeah, we
tired
can
of
hear
all
you.
this stuff. I'm tired of all this garbage. All right. Just gonna do it. Gonna do
Go for it.
Where's gonna oh what does that
Yeah.
mean? Did it fail or did I fail?
It failed, but give me a check first. I'm looking to see what kind it is here. It is a construct. So give me a engineering, please.
Engineering?
You're fine.
It's my worst freaking one.
All right.
All
So
right.
as you're thinking, going through your retinue of things you can do, you know if this is a full robot, they don't have minds, and so your mind thrust won't work on it. If it's a robot, if it's an android or a golem, then it might work. But if it's a full robot, then there's no mind, so it won't work. You are
So
wait. You have
my
telepathy,
thought,
don't you?
yes.
All right. So you can tell mentally if you try to communicate with it telepathically. There's no mind there. It's a robot. It's a machine.
Okay. Switching tactics. I'm reaching out and touching it with my incapacitator.
Ooh. Physical thing, right?
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
F that. Do I get a retry? No?
Sadly, no.
Mm.
All right, Chris.